Hello, my name is Tia Guzman. I'm from the 08 section of COM 231 course, and today I will be introducing how to have a friendly conversation in Spanish. In terms of that, Spanish is the second most spoken language in the United States, and most people use it as their primary language, right? And so it would be useful for those who possibly are around people who speak Spanish or possibly come across, depending on whether they're in work or anything like that, to just kind of have an idea of how to start a basis of friendly conversation in Spanish. Although Spanish is my first language, I lost it when I went to public school, but because I'm relearning it now and almost fluent in it again, it has been helping me not only in my family life, but not my work life as well, when it comes to customers and things like that, because I am a waitress. So, okay. We'll start off how every conversation does with a hello. Okay, I'll come up to the audience just to show you guys a little bit closer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hi.
Hola. Hola. Yes. You guys know, but some of the audience may not know. Hola is just the Spanish term for hello. I put at the bottom a way to pronunciate it and an easier term for people who may not speak Spanish, so it's hola, hola. Even though it's hola for us, there's many countries that do speak Spanish and they might pronunciate the H as well. So it just might be like hola or something. It just might be a different pronunciation depending on where you are in countries. And also in terms of maybe how to say hello differently, there's for an example, if you're on the phone, usually people say aló, which I'll show here. It's just a shorter version of how to say hello. It's just, you pick up a phone and then go aló. Usually that's just a common courtesy of whenever you are speaking Spanish on the phone, whether it be to a customer and there's no specific formality you can have for it when you do it. And then we'll start off with the second phrase. It's how to say how are you in Spanish. It is ¿Cómo estás? Okay, that means how are you. Usually, in terms of you writing it, you don't have to necessarily have the accents and things like that for it, but just make sure that when you are saying it that you say it correctly. So I'll break down the two different words for it. ¿Cómo? Como. It's C-O-M-O. It's spelled, the C is pronounced how you would pronounce the C in cooking or cleaning. Como. And so, como just means how. And then even though estás doesn't mean are you, it just comes together and says how are you, and with como estás. Okay? And then we go into estás. Estás. I'll bring it a little closer so the audience can see. Estás. Estás. Okay. Alrighty. And that just means how are you? And then in terms of say what you can say after that, it just depends on the formalities that you'll be talking about. Say who you are speaking to whenever you are saying these things. So in terms of formalities, it's not as strict in Spanish, in Spanish culture to use the whole sir and ma'am things, but it is common courtesy to say use usted. Usted is just the formal use of you. You is, you can use usted when if you're talking to a person that you don't know or someone older than you that you know. But usually in terms of if you are speaking to someone that you say may never met before or anything like that, then you use usted just to show a form of respect. Okay? And then like I said, when you use usted, you use it for when people are possibly older than you or just people that you've just met. Okay. Alrighty, so that is the finish of the demonstration. And even though you may have maybe had a problem had a hard time trying to figure out the demonstration or having a hard time remembering the words or the pronunciations or the formalities, just realize that it's the same thing for people who are possibly learning English as well. Like the way that you have possibly had a hard time trying to grasp the idea of the Spanish words, people are doing the same thing in English. So just in terms of this demonstration, it's just a purpose to show that, like, just to be a little bit nicer and easier on the people who have English as a second language or are still learning English as it's going along. This in terms of like to something for, I would hope that in the future is that you just start that, like, you're just a little bit more, that people are more considerate of the ones who don't speak English as a first language, and that all you need to really start off with in terms of that is to have a friendly conversation. Okay, thank you. And please hold questions until the end.